I think everybody loves those roasted chickens you can pick up at the grocery store, but this is going to be a little bit different. A recipe I picked up almost 30 years ago on my first trip to France. It's a Tarragon Cognac chicken. Let's get cooking with style. Getting the chicken ready is really the hardest part on this. You want to make sure it's nice and dry, both top and bottom. And then what we're going to do first is we're going to take these wings and tuck them back behind, just like you're doing a turkey, but with chicken, you're just tucking a little bit smaller wing. And then we're going to truss the legs. But before we do that, we'll put a little bit of salt down in the cavity. We'll take some tarragon and drop it down in there. And if you don't have shallots, you can use red onions. They're pretty darn close. So to truss a chicken, you just wrap this around the leg a couple times. You bring the other leg over like so. Let me get that so that John can get that on camera. And then you just wrap this other string like that, okay? It's not that hard, but it's not that easy. And then you just tie a simple knot. And the reason we're doing that is to keep the moisture inside. So our chicken's trussed now and ready to go. Let's get the tarragon sauce going. And this is really, really simple. I've gone ahead and softened my butter with a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to take my tarragon and just put that inside there. And then I'm going to take the cognac and put this over the top. And now we just mix this together. And it's really, really this simple. But you notice I didn't melt this butter so it's like broken apart. It's still nice and creamy. And over the top of our chicken will go this Tarragon Butter cognac sauce. And we want to ladle it over so that tarragon sticks on top. Get it over the legs, the breast, down over the wings, and then what's left, just kind of drizzle it over the top. Make sure you get all the goodness of all those nice herbs in there. And then now we're going to season with a little salt and pepper. The reason I do it at the end, because if I did it at the beginning, all that butter and cognac would have washed it all off. And I'm using white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, go with black pepper. We'll put that over the top. My oven's preheated. This will go in. We'll be basting this a lot. Oven set at 400 degrees. And remember, you're going to have to baste this bird at least 3 or 4 times. The trick to making this bird nice and crispy and golden brown is basting. And I've been doing this 3 times. This will be the 4th and final time. And we'll just take these drippings and put them over the top. A good douse over the breast area. Make sure you get the legs right here, and then really quickly on the wings. We'll put this in for one more time, about 10 more minutes, and this bird will be ready. All right, this is fresh out of the oven. We've got just a couple more things to do before we can serve this up. This is the tricky part, getting this bird out of here. So use 2 sets of tongs, put it on your serving platter like that. Now what I want you to do is take a little bit of cognac, and don't forget this pan is really hot. You're going to put that in there, the cognac. Now all the alcohol will be burned off, and I'm going to take a little pat of butter and I'm just going to swirl this around in here. And you'll notice how that's starting to get kind of creamy. See how nice and creamy that is? And that is going to be our finishing sauce that's going to go over the top. I'm going to take this and we're just going to ladle it. Well, actually, we're going to pour it gently over the top, like that. You can see how that's got a nice little glisteniness to it. That's from the butter that we put in at the very end. And all the alcohol in that cognac that I just put in is evaporating off, so you don't have to worry about that if you've got kids. And then let's just dress this up a little bit. We'll put a few sprigs of that fresh herb around the edge here. Tarragon looks so beautiful. Just put it around the edge to dress everything up. Okay, if that is not casual elegance, I don't know what is. So this is a French tarragon oven roasted chicken. You're not going to be able to buy this at Vons, Costco's, or any of those other places. If you'd like this recipe and all the other ones I've been making, go to cbs8.com/recipes. Bon appetit.